Hello everybody, this is Lila in Hawaii. I've been making some English Christmas goodies, and this particular one that I made recently is called a cornucopia, and in Victorian times Queen Victoria would lay them on the table. This is one, and she would lay them on the table filled with candies, and so that was a treat for people. It would be at each guest's place. So this is my version, probably not real authentic, but I thought I'd show you. It's really quick to make, and this is my method. There are other methods, I know, I've seen them out there. They have been named tussie-mussies. They're not really a tussie-mussie unless they're filled with flowers. Anyway, the first thing you do is you cut a circle of whatever fabric you want, and this happens to be a kind of a silver lame, and it was actually an old curtain, and cut out the size circle you want, and in this case it was about 8 inches, and I ironed it onto that fusible interfacing, the sort of felt-like, don't know what it's called, sorry, but felt would work just as fine as long as you fused it to the back. And so that's the beginning of it. Then after you've done that, the next thing to do is, I'll just move this one away. The next thing to do is decorate the edge. And so you have to sew right around the edge on the silver side, or the outside first. And that would be on this particular one. See if I've got enough ribbon lace. Yep. So I can show you real quick how I do that. My machine, yeah, you can see it. So just take a piece of any kind of trim, lacy, edging, braid, whatever you feel like, and just quickly sew it to the outside. And it doesn't really matter a whole lot what it looks like, because it's going to be covered pretty much. A longer stitch so it's better. And this is some old lace edging I had. It's from the 50s, 60s, something like that. For something like this where it's going to hang on your tree or on your mantle or on a doorknob or something, it doesn't have to be a best lace. I'm going to show you also another way to make them from paper, but that'll be the next video. Oh, oh my goodness, I didn't measure. I think I'm going to make it. Oh yes, I am. Wow, that was close. I didn't measure it, and it's just perfect. Look at that. Okay. I'm not going to clip threads right now because just to save time. Okay, so once you've done that, so that's all sewn, and that's actually pretty much all you really need to do, but the inside is this, and it looks a little strange. So the next thing to do is to cover up half of this on the inside, not the whole circle, because some of it will be rolled and you won't see it, the inside. So just, I take it from, let me see, where did I do it? I took it on this one. I've taken the inside trim from here to here, and it's approximately halfway. You see, just like that. So you can take a trim, put it halfway around. I'm not going to do that. I thought actually I'd probably use this on the inside, but I'm not going to take time because I want to show you how you go about finishing it after that. The next thing is, once you've sewn a trim to just cover up the edge, and you actually will not see this because you're going to stuff it with some goodies, then you need to put a hanger, and the hanger goes approximately pretty much halfway between these two edges, but you can figure that out later if you are worried about that. And then on the outside, this is the side that's going to show, you need some sort of embellishment. It's absolutely not necessary. This one, let me show you on the one I just sewed, when it's made into the cornucopia shape, it's like so. And that might be all you need. You may not need anything else on that, because I'm going to put a bow and I'm going to stuff it with goodies. But on this one I wanted to make it a little fancier, so I took all pieces of scrap lace and trim, and they were from my goodie basket, and I just sewed it on, not completely on, just enough to hold it, because you won't see that. Then the next thing to do is to figure out your shape of your cone, and the way I start rolling it is the side that I want to predominate, which is this side, I'll roll from the opposite side. I'm ambidextrous. This may be left-handed for some people. You can roll whichever way you want. Okay, so then when you get it rolled, it's going to look like this. Then you play with it, and I want those hangers to be fairly centered. It's going to be like that. And then I put a pin just one's enough. So then I put a pin, and that sort of establishes my shape, like so. Now I've got that pinned, and now I need to stitch it. If I'm doing it by hand, I would stitch now by hand. I'm not going to do it by hand. I'm going to use this glue, which I find is pretty much instant drying, and it's best for this sort of thing, because it's hard to glue onto a felt kind of material. So let's see what I can do. Not taking that pin out at all, but I'm just going to add just little dabs of glue there, and a few little dabs here, and just let that set for a minute. I may need to take the pin out and put a little more of that. So I'm just waiting for it to set up while I make something to go inside. Now on this one, I added some of this, I don't know what that is, straw, goldy straw. This is for Christmas, so this is a little Christmas bauble, a feather, and a photograph of two pretty little girls. And this is an icy blue, so I kind of felt like it was an icicle. So I made a bow for it, and then a button on there. So that's kind of an idea of what you can put in it. So I'm going to see, let me see what I can come up with. Okay, the first thing is, I need a bow. Okay. Let's see. You take about, my kind of bow anyway, you take about a yard of seam binding, and I tea-dyed this, gave it a little bit of a wrinkle, and then I'm going to, you probably all know how to do this, I'm going to wrap it around my fingers like so, and then pass it through there, and then I cross this. This makes a multi-loop bow. Then I'm crossing that over that loop. Where is it? Grab it, pull it tight, like so. Oh, it's got me! My fingers now, if I can get it off, will be interesting. You can make this as big as you like. My fingers don't stay too well in that shape. Okay, so I've got that. So there's my bow, and I like it. Now I just need to open up these. Just little, see how many I've got. Little loops, and you can always do it a bit later, because I want to get this on there. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find a place for it on the front, and I kind of think I like that. So let me put some glue on that. And I'll do that. Sorry about that car horn. I don't hear those very often anymore, but it's kind of annoying, isn't it? Okay, so I've put that bow there. And I've still got the pin in here because I was just wanting that to set up a bit. And let me now take it out and see where I'm... See, just lift that up I think I need to put a little more underneath here. I've made these for years. If you look at my website way back, 5 years ago at least, you'll find a variety. Some stitched completely, some embroidered, just different styles. I'm going to show you, as I said, how to make the paper one, which I really like too. Okay, so that's good. And actually, you know, that's kind of adequate. But you do need to put something in it, I think. But you could hang it just like that and put your own gift in there for, you know, a bottle of perfume, whatever. However, I made a couple of little things that I might put in. This is all seasonal, of course. I rolled up a little piece of music, and that's still wet glue, but that's going to go in there. And I also took a photo that I printed off internet, and I put a little bit of whatever that silver Christmas trim is behind that. I glued it on, and excuse me, and I also made a bunch of stars. I made these. I need to trim off, and I glued one of those skewers, those kind of shorter skewers, glued it to the back. So it's like a pick. And actually, you probably would be better off making them all into picks. Okay, so that. And I made the star. I made, show you. I made a bunch of stars, different shapes and sizes, and I just did these myself. I took cardboard, cut out a shape, ran glue over it, and glittered them. So that's those will be for the next project. Okay, so now I've got the star, I've got the photo, I've got the music. Oh, and I was going to show you how I do the music. Just one way. I've flattened this because it needed to be flattened for that. But normally, I'd leave it raw. So take a piece of music, you don't need very much, old music, and just roll it, just like you did that. Just roll it. So I roll it like that, and then I take, for this Elmer's glue is good. So you put Elmer's glue on the one side. I always pre-roll it just to get the feel of, and sort of set the shape, as it's called. Okay, so that would be my piece of music to go in. Now, because I don't have anything to stop it sinking right to the bottom, I normally fold over the bottom like that. But I'm going to also put something in here to stop it going right down through and out the bottom. And what I usually do is I drop in some glue, and I drop it right down, let it drop way down as far as I can drop it, just a few sprinkles. And then I take some tissue that I've already scrunched up, and I push that in. I push that fairly far down. Now that's in the glue, that one, and that gives it some firmness too. And as you see, it's got more space. I'll put another. I can either put another piece of this. You have to play with this and see, or you can put some of that sparkly straw stuff. But anyway, that would be maybe okay. And let's see how they go. Now I've got the music. This is the one I just made, so that's not it. Let me see. I think I'll put the music on one side, and I'm going to glue these actually for this particular thing, because this is actually a mantle cone. If you're making them for the tree, just make your circle a lot smaller. Okay, and then I'm going to put the photo in there. And as I say, I will be gluing these. What else is... Oh, yeah, and then the star. Now, I had a little trouble with the star because I think I made it too big. And feel free to suggest anything else you can think of, too. I'm not good at all the toothpick things, picks or whatever they're called. Okay, so what I need to do is... First of all, I need to glue these. I can see that because they're all jumping out at me. So I'm going to glue the music just a little bit. Don't want to glue it to where it can't be removed at some point. You see, okay, so this is going to go like so. I already figured that it looks better on the side there, and I had glued some of that paper lace to it. Okay, so I've got that done. Now, maybe I need to put the star in next. Let me think. Let me see that. Some of this glue. This is expensive glue, and it's a bit smelly, but it's the only thing that really holds well on the felt. Or this is felt-like material. Okay. Let's see if that's going to work. Sometimes you have to kind of bend them a little bit, shape them. Yeah, I think if I do that, put a little glue on the back of that. Let me see, where's the hanger? So that's the hanger. Okay. But I think I do need some of this stuff. You could also put a piece of lace in there, or maybe a bit more paper would be the thing. Okay. Oh, it's sticky. Jeez. Okay. Let me see if this is going to be any better. Okay, so I've got that, and what do I do with it? Oh, there. Okay, there it is. Okay, so I'm going to shove just a little piece of that down there, and sometimes I put a button on here, or a bead, or a piece of old broken jewelry. However, I think that's enough until I think of something else. I mean, you could put a little book in there. I thought of that. I have some very old books, hymn books, carol books, that's what they are, Christmas carols, which I can't seem to see at the moment. Anyway, I've got a lovely little, just a small little book like this, a little old vintage one, and it's of Christmas carols, and I thought that'd be kind of cute in there too. The only thing is it's green and red and so forth, and it didn't seem to go so well. However, that's that, and I hope you like it, and it's real easy. And if you have any questions, you can always email me. It's for sale, by the way. And then this is the beginning of the next one, and I haven't done any more to that, but I'll show you again just how you roll it. Okay, so this is the other one, by the way. How you roll it is you take, just pinch it anywhere, pinch it, and I generally like to pinch it where I've joined the lace. Where did I join the lace? There. Okay, so I joined the lace there. So, and because I'm pretty much left-handed for this sort of thing, do it like that, and then you hold it at the bottom and you sort of just play with it till you get the shape you want. And I like actually the tea-dyed look with the silver. I think that it's like a tarnished look, you know, it's not so bright and glary. And all you need to do then, as I say, is put a pin here to establish your fold, and then play with it and see, do you want to add a doily inside maybe? You could take a doily. Let's see if this helps. Goes. You could put a doily inside like so. Like that. You could just do all kinds of things with it. And put a little music box inside, would be kind of cute. But two of them, one end of a mantle, would be nice. Anyway, I'm just going to pick up the camera and you can have a look at the two of them again. Okay, so that's the first one that I had already finished. And then the other one that I just did in front of you is that one. So, thanks for watching anyway. Bye-bye.